Hello everyone, welcome to another session on Introduction to Television and Cinema. We were discussing about the masters of Malayalam cinema, and in this session we are going to discuss about the fourth master of Malayalam cinema, and that is P.N. Menon. Okay, we are going to discuss about P.N. Menon, Palisheri Narayanan Kutti Menon. Okay, so one thing that you can associate with P.N. Menon is that he was an Indian film director and an art director in Malayalam cinema. Art director. Okay, he is in fact famous for the designer for the promotional posters. The posters he used to design the posters for the promotion of a cinema, and they have got a touch of the P.N. Menon. P.N. Menon touch in that. So that is why he is considered as one of the greatest art directors. From the Malayalam cinema. He is called as, the media in fact called him as Ottayan. Ottayan means lawn tusker. Okay, so art director means, it is basically about the different jobs that you do for marketing, or you can say advertising. All these things definitely come under this particular concept called art director. But in this case, or in case of P.N. Menon, he focused on the poster designing for the advertisement, or you can say for the marketing or the promotion of his movies. That resulted in calling him as the art director. Okay, and he's also he has got this credit of having a trend-setting art director, being a trend-setting art director and poster designer. Okay, then one more thing that you can definitely associate with P.N. Menon is that he is the uncle of another popular film director from Malayalam, Bharadan. Okay, so that is also one thing that you can definitely associate with P.N. Menon. Then he was also instrumental, like many others, that we have discussed, in introducing several artists who made their mark in the later decades. Okay, so his debut in the field of film direction was the movie Rosie. Okay, so you have to remember only 3 movies to his credit. One is Rosie, then the other one is Olavum Theeravum, and the third one is Kuttiyadathi. You cannot forget the movie Kuttiyadathi. Okay, so Olavum Theeravum is based on M.T. Vasudevan Nayar's script, released in 1970, and it won the Kerala State Film Award for Best Film. Okay. So you can say that has become a landmark or in the career of P.N. Menon. Then his boldest film is Kuttiyadathi. This particular movie, Kuttiyadathi, you can say that it is again based on a short story of M.T. Vasudevan Nayar, and then but you can say that it has given us one of the brilliant performances, one of the most brilliant performances in Malayalam, female performances in Malayalam cinema, and that too by KPSC Vilasini in the lead role. Okay, so in this particular movie he talks about the bleak and the degenerating Nayar joint family, where Kuttiyadathi's life is left to languish. That is the base or the crux of this particular movie. Then we have, yes, in both the movies, like Olavam, Theeravam, and also in Kuttiyadathi, you can see that, there is a natural light to capture the melancholic mood of Kerala village. Okay, so that is one thing that you can see in his movies. Then another important movie of P.N. Menon is Chembarathi. Okay, it was based on the script by Malayatu Ramakrishnan. Another script of Malayatu Ramakrishnan, that was in the year 1972. Another script of Malayatu Ramakrishnan made into movie or directed by Menon was Gayatri, and for this particular movie Gayatri, he won President's Special Film Award for National Integration. And the last movie, maybe like Menon's movie is Malamugalile Devam, and for that also he won the national award. So that is, you can say, a kind of introduction to this particular master P.N. Menon. Unlike other independent art filmmakers of the period, P.N. Menon's struggles and success were not outside or despite of but from the within the system and the industry. Okay, so you can say that he carved a niche for himself, grappling with a variety of its elements like location, like milieu, actors, situations, etc., trying out something new and surprising every time. Though they are like more or less like adaptations of novels, popular Malayalam novels of the period, but you can see that these films, they stand out from their original means we are talking about the novel based on which the movie is created or movie is made. So that is a speciality of the director P.N. Menon. So that is why we say that he carved out a niche for himself. Then he was not part of the official new wave, nor was he comfortable with the power structure of the industry. He was completely out of this particular concept called power structures that existed in Malayalam cinema, and he always dared to make films he liked, making them until the end of his life, which is what makes him different from others who made films for others and not for themselves. He made a wide variety of films, and that has contributed significantly, you can say, to the Malayalam cinema. The Olavum Theeravum, it's like a landmark film, and it clearly gives a break with the preceding era, which employed a largely theatrical language in dialogue and rendering, and then the composition of frames, the body language, and the movement of characters. He made it more natural. Okay, even the montage and the transitions from shot to shot or scene to scene, it has got their own natural style in the movies of P.N. Menon. Okay, so it's like they have, you can say that there was an attempt at freeing the camera from the confines of the theater. Okay, till then it was like, if you watch the old movies, the movies in 1960s, I'm talking about, the movies from Kerala in 1960s and all, we feel like it's like a drama performance. Okay, means, when we say right now, we call it as overacting. You are getting it. So it's basically what it is, more like a theater sense. Okay, so that particular dialogue delivery, that particular scene setting and everything got changed with P.N. Menon, and that in fact is the contribution of P.N. Menon. Okay, so in his movies we get a very different kind of a visual feel, okay, and a greater sensitivity towards the layouts, and that is why it's important to say that he is one of the greatest art directors in Malayalam cinema. Okay, so that is all about P.N. Menon and his contribution to Malayalam cinema. So we'll meet in another video, probably the last from this particular module on Malayalam cinema, with the another master of Malayalam cinema called K.G. George. So till then, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you and God bless.